Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Taylor, and if you haven't been here before, I'm blind, and today I'm going to teach you how to make perfect meatloaf. If you like this video, please consider subscribing to my channel and leave me a wonderful comment. Let's wash up and get cooking. Welcome back, guys. We're starting with a pretty big mixing bowl, and I already have 3 pounds of ground beef in my bowl. I'm going to go ahead and add 2 large eggs to my ground beef because that is what gets everything moist and binds everything together. Second, we are going to add a half cup of lovely Italian breadcrumbs. I always use Italian because I feel like they have the best flavor. Now I'm going to take 2 teaspoons of minced garlic and add it. If you're feeling frisky though, you can mince 2 cloves yourself. After that, I'm going to take some salt and measure it out in my hand. I would guess about a half teaspoon to a teaspoon. Next, I'm going to add a half teaspoon of paprika, but you can add more if you really like that flavor. Next, I'm going to add a full teaspoon of black pepper. And now it's time to add a half teaspoon of thyme. Next, we're going to add a teaspoon of garlic powder. And yes, I know what you're thinking, minced garlic and garlic powder. Trust me, it's necessary. We are fighting vampires over here. I'm just kidding. It's just a really good flavor to have. Next, we're going to add basil. We're going to add a teaspoon of basil. About a tablespoon of onion powder. And a lot of people also choose to add Lipton onion soup mix here. And the secret ingredient is brown sugar. Oh yeah. Those are all of our ingredients. So now we're just going to mix all of this up, and I like to do it by hand so that I can feel how everything is blending together. And it might feel like there's a lot of liquid in there with the eggs and everything, but if you just keep mixing, it will go together. And if it doesn't, add more breadcrumbs. And if it feels too dry, add more eggs. After that, we're just going to layer all of this into our loaf pan. I have a pre-greased 8-inch loaf pan, and I'm just going to stuff it all in there until it forms a loaf. Once it's all in there, I'm just going to pat it down smooth. Now we're going to take aluminum foil and take a generous amount so that you can make little handles on the side for when we take it off later, and just cover the top and fold the edges down. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to put our meatloaf in the oven, and we're going to bake at 400 for 1 hour. While that's in the oven, we're going to go ahead and take a bowl, and we're going to take 2 tablespoons of packed brown sugar and a half cup of ketchup. I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys that I did a half cup here, but I actually ended up adding more after this because it wasn't enough. So I would say at least 2/3 to a full cup. And we're going to mix it up really well until the sugar doesn't feel so gritty in your sauce. And this we're just going to set aside until we put it on later. And as a side item today, I am making corn on the cob, so I'm just taking some aluminum foil and laying it out on the counter. Then I'm going to take a cob of corn and put it on top of the foil. Then I'm going to take 2 pads of butter and put it all over the corn so that it gets evenly distributed. Then I'm going to add a generous amount of salt and pepper and wrap my corn up in the foil. Leave it loose enough that the air can circulate, but tight enough that the butter doesn't leak everywhere. And then I'm going to fold the sides in and poke holes all in my foil with a fork. With about 20 minutes left on my meatloaf, I've got all my corn ready and I'm going to put it inside the oven and cook it for 20 minutes. And as a final side, we're making garlic parmesan green beans. Our hour is up and I've taken the meatloaf out of the oven. Now you might notice when you take the meatloaf out that there's a lot of juice and grease on the top. You can just go ahead and drain that right off and clear all that away. Then we're going to flip our meatloaf out onto a baking sheet and it's time to put our ketchup sauce all over the top and the sides until it's evenly coated. Now we're going to put our meatloaf back in the oven for about 10 minutes, give or take, just until that crust gets a little bit thickened, and we're going to go ahead and take our corn out because it's all done. And finally, our meatloaf is all done and we get to slice it and put it on our plate. If you enjoyed this video, please leave me a like and a comment, and please subscribe to my channel. And if you have any ideas of things that you want me to make, let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!